welcome! Today is the day where I finally start to make some plans for my greenhouse. I was looking on Etsy to find some plants, DIY kits, and here is one of them. It is a Monstera plant. And I do want to start with something easy, so no very difficult blossoms or whatever, just a basic plant. So Moonflower is the Etsy handle where I bought this one, and I can recommend this shop to you. There is some instructions in English, and I will be following these instructions. I have never done any plant miniature or whatsoever before, so this is the first try and you can follow me doing that. We do need some ball tools. This is the collection of ball tools I have, and I don't know yet which ones I'm going to need. Then the kit also comes with this squishy foam board thing. And this is bag number 1. In bag number 1 are these little lovely wires and the bigger leaves. The instruction says that you should use a needle to draw in veins on the leaves. But I do not have a needle, so I do take the back of this blade. I hope it works. And the instruction also comes with the patterns you should draw on the leaves. I do take some artistic freedom to create my own version. I've done all the veining process on all leaves, also these upper 4 ones, which came in bag number 2, and I've sorted all the leaves to the different sizes. In bag number 2 there has also been some more wires, some shorter ones and even some longer ones. It is time to shape the leaves. I do have to decide which side of the print of the leaf shall be pointing upwards on the final plant. The side that is pointing upwards right now will be pointing downwards on the final plant. So now take the ball tool and rub on the surface with some pressure, and the paper shall curve upwards, like it is trying to curve around the ball tool. It is fairly easy and a quite fun and satisfying experience. I can't explain it. Leaf number 2, and I only need a single hand with one ball tool. It is so easy. After around about 4 leaves, I've been trying new things here. I am using 2 different ball tools, in 2 different sizes, and I'm getting experimental here. I'm trying to make the shape of the leaf as random looking as possible, like it would look natural, like nature has created it. Some pieces are looking upwards, some are pointing downwards. I even turn it around and start curving it again. I think this gives the best results here. So all the leaves are curved and done. We don't need the yellow foam board anymore. And the next step will be to glue all the wires to the leaves. The biggest wires to the bigger leaves, the medium one to the medium leaves, and the smaller ones to the smallest leaves. I do use normal wood glue or white glue for this in a small amount. So here is one spare leaf. The instruction only says there are 6 leaves, but here we have another one, a 7th one. And at the end, after gluing all the wires to all the leaves, there was even one spare wire. It is a shorter one, but I do not want to waste it and I want to include it into the plant. I think the more leaves are there, the better the plant. So I'm going to use what I have. Now it is time to bend the wires. Always on top, where the leaf starts, just as easy as this. Next step will be to group all the leaves. Start with the second biggest leaf, so not the biggest one, just the second biggest one. And the instruction also says take 4 random smaller leaves and start twisting 2 of the smaller leaves together, then the other 2 ones, and then combine these 3 pieces to 1 piece. Grouping all the leaves together, I found out that I do have more wires and more leaves than in the description, so I grouped them as I wanted, and these are the groups I came up with. Now it is time for the crepe paper. I do cut them in stripes and I glue them around the twisted parts of the wire to cover them. Now it's time to take the biggest leaves. The instruction tells you to always take 2 big leaves and combine it with one of the recently grouped ones. And now it is very good to tell that these ones down there are the ones that were supposed in the kit, and these ones here are spare ones. They just came for free as additions. So I'm going to group them and I'm going to wrap all the twisted parts with the crepe paper again. And now it's time to paint the paper that was used. I do use a mixture of dark and light green with one of the ochre and a bit of yellow. I'm going to mix the color on the branches, as you can see it here. Every now and then where I think I need some highlights or some lowlights, I'm going to add it. And I'm also going to add some of the color to the bare wires that are not wrapped, just to blend it all in so all has the same color. Once they are all painted, now we're going to let them dry and we are going to form one plant. Therefore, I'm going to take a piece of sponge. It's a dishwasher sponge where I just cut off a bit. This is the pot I'm going to use. I do have a tutorial on this pot as well. It's the recent video I just uploaded. It's a very simple pot which is made of a plastic cap of a bottle, some polymer clay and acrylic paints. I'm going to poke a hole into the upper part of the sponge to put all branches into the middle of it. So here's the plant now, and before we are going to put it into the pot, I'm going to add some glue to the sponge. And then I'm trying to figure out which part of the plant I do want to have on the front of the pot, because the pot also has a front, as you can see here. I did put some foil into the gaps because the sponge was a square and the pot is round. And now I'm coloring this paper in a dark brown ombre so that it mimics the dirt that you would put into a pot. I decided to put some stones on top of it, and it's the exact stones that I used for the floor of the greenhouse, so it would be a perfect match. And this is the final plant and the greenhouse that I've talked about.